and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This will take you from the 16th to the 23rd of April. So just give me a minute. Your crowning card is your own card, the Emperor, the I Am, and I Will. Okay, this is this focused force of energy, and I'm not sure where this focused force of energy is actually going, but right at the bottom of the deck, which means what's coming through for you, is the Six of Discs. So the Six of Discs has got loads of meaning. For some people, this could be a job interview, trying to resolve a financial issue that's going on because it's a disc card. But this is also quite a big relational card. And it's a relational card about authenticity, being real, being straight up in your dealings with people. Because for some of you, maybe there's been a little bit of an unbalance in a situation because the scales are a little bit out of balance. And the person in the card is trying to restore harmony and balance. And it seems to be there's a focus and a drive towards creating a bit more harmony, either through work, through finances, or in a relationship. It's going to be different for everyone. But I can definitely see a relational theme. There's no Pentacles cards apart from that card. It's just going to be different for everyone. Your additional guidance card is Imagine. And you do have the Magician card. So these are huge manifestation cards about focus, intention, what you want to try and bring into your life. So maybe take some time, Aries. Do a little bit of work on how you would like things to develop for yourself over a certain period of time. Daydreaming is really good as long as it's concentrated and there's a focus. I guess people do vision boards, don't they? They do things in which they can put a lot of their dreams into it and a lot of their energy, because you've got an awful lot of power going on this week. Loads of power, actually. You start with the Justice card paired with the Magician, and looking at the Magician is the World card. Three huge major arcana. So when the major arcana show up, these are cards that cannot be avoided. Okay, so we either meet them through external events or it's an inner process going on, which means that you're working on issues on the inside or you're working with them with other people. The Justice card is about reaping what you sow. Okay, and that's not a negative, that's not any cause to give yourself a hard time, but what we plant is what we reap. That is how the universe works. The Justice card tends to be a bit of a reaping card, and with the cards around it, I think there's some good harvesting happening because it's right next to the Nine of Cups, which is the wish fulfilling card. Dreams coming true. And if this isn't happening for you on the outside, with these cards together, I think it's clear that you've got some power working at the moment. And working, when we have a lot of power going on in our life, working with it is really, really powerful. And as I said, it's not always about external events, it's inner processes that go on that eventually turn into external events. Because this Magician is about very raw, concentrated power. He's got the 4 aces. Now remember with this card, if you look clearly, the Magician's an empty vessel. So he brings in this energy in order to manifest. But if you're full of the past, if you're full of old fears, then we don't have the ability to use this energy. Although I have to say, there's not one clue to me that you're full of fear and you're full of old thinking. It's almost some Aries are really clear channels to create new areas, financially, emotionally, spiritually and mentally, because the Magician's right next to the World card. So what a few cards to get together. The World card is the conclusion of a whole chapter of your life. So imagine a big jigsaw puzzle, and the World card is about you putting the last few pieces into this puzzle. So something has completed itself in the first half of the week, okay? So it could be anything. Because it's cups, it could definitely be an emotional issue. It could be something you've had to resolve on the inside, or it might be clearing up an issue with someone else with that Six of Discs. Maybe some of you have been focusing on new work, sorting practical matters out and creating more harmony. It's going to come to a beautiful, beautiful end, by the way. So I'm not quite sure how it's all going to manifest, but I think it's safe to say very, very powerfully. Okay? You then move to the end of the week and things get a little bit less profound. Okay? But you've still got the High Priestess. So you've got the Six of Swords, and the Page of Wands is walking into the Six of Swords. Beautiful combination of cards, because the Six of Swords is the river of change, okay? Now, sometimes in life, our difficulties happen when we don't want to cross that river of change, because change means leaving the old securities, the old habit patterns, to enter into this great unknown, okay? So in my private work, I spend a lot of time helping people navigate that river of change. So there's a change process going on, but this Page of Wands, this new opportunity is walking to meet you. The Page of Wands is about the power of attraction and the power of desire. So this might be for a person, or it might be for a new idea, a new creative project, but desire is one of the prime forces of the universe. It's what gets us up, it's what gets us moving. I'm sorry, my throat's a bit strange, I'm really sorry. And this, as you move towards, it's like you're moving from something into this new desire, this new potential and this new growth. Some of you might have a few opportunities, but one wand is sticking out to you. And he's walking forward. I don't think I've really seen these cards together. Like, as you transit forward, this new opportunity comes to meet you. Because quite often that river of change lasts a lot longer. Some people go into cards like the Hanged Man, the Moon card, where they're in this great unknown. It would seem to me these energies are coming together pretty quickly to bring you something new, some new area of growth. You've also got the Queen of Cups. So this could be a water sign person in your life, or this could just be your emotional nature. Because both these cards are about moving forward. If you see, they're both going in the same direction. And I don't always read the cards that way, but for some reason it stood out. So where the Six of Swords and this Queen of Cups is going forward to this new opportunity. So it will come through a desire, Aries. Well, you're Aries anyhow, and so you rule that impulse of new desire. And it's always new desire that gets us leaving the old behind in order to move forward. This might be a relational issue, by the way. So the Page of Wands is with the High Priestess. So even though the potential is there, the High Priestess is a card a bit like the Moon card and the Hanged Man, about being in that. So even though there is new opportunities, there's still a process of a little bit of waiting, trusting your instincts, listening to the divine, because the divine comes through our dreams again, it comes through our hunches, it comes through our desires, which are all meant to lead us into our destined path. And it seems to be there's some energy taking you really, really forward this week, Aries, and I really like it. I think there's huge power to manifest new beginnings. You can't avoid these majors, so you're either having an inner revolution or you're having it with other people. Okay, when it breaks down to it, it's exactly the same thing. But there's huge transformation, there's huge change, there's huge power working on your behalf. But what we have to do, Aries, is be open to it. Because when we're not open to it and we don't have this innocent curiosity, then it just goes by us. And we wonder why our life doesn't move, and we wonder why our life doesn't change. And when we get down to it, it's somehow because we haven't really been following our own desires, our own instincts. This week, I think you're going to, and I think it's going to end in a beautiful way, Aries, okay? Love your reading, very excited for you, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.